Okay. Good evening, everyone. Today it's the second lecture for the topic work, power, energy. And in the previous class, we see how we can do the work by three method mainly. One is the constant force method. Second one is the if the force is variable, and the third one is the graphical method. So in the previous class, we see the basically the two. One is the constant force, another one is the variable force. Acha, in variable force, uh, one formula you can note down. Suppose they give you force is in the form of 1 by x. Okay, and they say it is moving in the x direction. So whenever you have 1 by x, so work done, that means f dot dx. So basically nothing is there, x means I, and dx is also I1. So they can directly use, you can see 1 by x dx. Actually this is I dot I is 1. Now my main concentration is what do you mean by 1 by x dx? So it's a new type of integration. You have to remember that 1 by x dx is log of x, and sometimes suppose they say it is moving from one position to another position, suppose 2 meter to 10 meter. I'll just give you one example, just randomly. Base is 10, so log 10 minus log 2 base c. So you can write log 10 by 2 base c, that is log 5 base c. And if you want to convert that base c into 10, so basically e is the exponential value 2.78, so 2.303, you can convert it into 10. So basically if you multiply it by 2.303, log base e become converted into 10. So this type of questions maybe examiner can give you, means in terms of 1 by x. Whenever you have integration in terms of 1 by x, remember that is, you have to remember that is a log of x form. Okay, so the third and the last part for work done, the remaining part is the graphical method. So suppose examiner give you question like this is the force. Suppose force is acting like this. I'm just give it randomly. Let this force is 50 Newton. This force is 100 Newton. This distance is 5 meter. That distance is 10 meter. And that is 20 meter. Distance in meter. And they ask you, find the work done by the process. So work done by the process, work here is work done is the area under the graph, because force into displacement. So you have to find out the area. This you can find out by area of the trapezium, that is the sum of the two sides, 50 plus 100 into separation between them 5, plus area of the rectangle. So 100 into 5 plus area of the triangle 100 into 10. So what you have, 150 by 2, that is 75 into 5 plus 500 plus 500. So 75 75 150, ये कितना हो जाएगा रे? 75 150 375 plus 1000, that is 1375 joule. So this one is your work done. You can find out the work done by area under the curve. So these are the three ways by which you can find out the work done. These are the three ways by which you can find out the work done. Is it okay for everyone? Is it okay for everyone? Hello? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Is it okay, everyone? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that means now we can say कि we know how to find out the work done from the previous class. In previous class, we solve two-way, that is the force constant and force variable. Now we see the graphical method. So in this three method, we can find out the work done. The next very important term is energy. How you define energy? The energy is defined as the capacity of doing work, or ability of doing work, or capacity of doing work is called energy. So basically energy is one types of work done. Okay. So although types of energy is so many type, you have like kinetic energy, potential energy, these are the simple energy. Apart from that, you have sound energy, you have heat energy, you have hydel energy, you have light energy, you have electrostatic energy, you have magnetic energy. Okay, you have atomic energy, you have nuclear energy. So although in this chapter, means in this chapter 6, we are specially concentrate on the mechanical energy, means uh, not the heat and sound and light and all, the mechanical energy. So in this mechanical energy, energy is especially two type. One is called the kinetic energy, when the object is in motion. Another one is the uh, potential energy, when the object is at rest, you can say. Or not only the rest, you can say when the height or some internal thing matter, that is called the potential energy. Okay, so we define one by one. So before we start, first of all, energy, the SI unit is joule, dimension is same as work done, ml square t minus 2. Yes, it is a scalar quantity. And here the energy or total energy is especially two type: kinetic energy and potential energy. Is it clear to all of you? The energy is two type: kinetic energy and potential energy. Is it clear, everyone? Now, first, kinetic energy. If we see the definition of kinetic energy, the energy possessed by a body by virtue of its motion. Means if due to motion it possesses some energy, that is called the kinetic energy. That means if we do some work done in terms of motion, this work done is called the kinetic energy. And if we do some work done in terms of height, or to transfer it from one place to another place to place, then it is called the potential energy, which we see later on. But first we see the kinetic energy. So we can express the kinetic energy in two way. One is called the for constant force, another one is called the variable force. Same like we can do the work done by the constant force, we can do the work done by the variable force. So if we do the work done by the constant force, we use the dot product of two vector. Similarly here also we can use directly by the formula, and if we use by the variable force, we use the integration, means we use the help of mathematics, that is called the calculus. So here also we do the same thing. Okay, so my first is express kinetic energy. Express kinetic energy in terms of number one, constant force, number two, variable force. Hope you understand the difference. I'm trying to compare it together, then you understand it in much better form. So for that, suppose this is the initial position, this is the final position. Object due to force apply, move or displacement s, initial velocity is u and final velocity is v. Suppose the initial velocity is 0 and final velocity is v. let it be the A point, let it be the B point. Is it clear, everyone? Yes. So here, for the first case, we treat force as a constant. In the second case, same figure, we treat force as a variable. So let's see, when the force is constant, then what happened, how we derive it. When the force is variable, then how we derive it. First, when the force is constant, so we know V square equals to U square plus 2AS. Initial velocity is 0. So V square equals to 0 plus 2AS. So acceleration is V square by 2S. Force is mass into acceleration, mv square by 2S. Work done, that is F dot S, that is Fs cos 0, because they are in the same direction, they are in the same direction, angle is 0, which is Fs. So what we can say, mv square by 2S into S, that is half mv square. Is it okay? You understand the derivation?
Yes, sir.
And then you write the statement, this work done appears as kinetic energy of the body, because work done in terms of kinetic energy. Is it clear? Ekdam simple. V square is U square plus 2S. You get the value of acceleration. Force is mass into acceleration. Work done is F dot S, means Fs. Angle is 0, cos 0. So Fs, you just put the value. Done? That is for the constant. See, the force is constant. Now, because we know here this formula is applicable when your acceleration is constant. Now, if we prove it by the variable force, so first of all, acceleration, we know dv by dt. We know that differentiation of velocity with respect to time is acceleration. And we can write it velocity with respect to displacement with respect to time. That is called the chain rule. And we convert that dv by dt form into this form to remove that dt from the equation, because in this equation, if you see properly, no time variable is there. So now ds by dt, the differentiation of distance with respect to time is the velocity, that is v dv by ds. d is v dv by ds. So now force is, we know, mass into acceleration. So mv dv by ds we can write. And now the work done is F dot ds. So F ds, if you write cos 0, so that is F ds. And now your F is how much? This one is your F. So what you can write, mv dv by ds into ds. Hope you can see this. So this ds cancel. So what you have, work done is, I'm writing here, okay, work done is, this ds cancel. So mv dv, which is mv dv. Now see, your initial value is of velocity is 0, the final is v. So we can put the initial is 0, final is v. 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 That is m v dv. So v square by 2, 0 to v. That is m by 2. V square minus 0, that is half mv square. You understand? That is the first part, and that is the second part. Okay, everyone, is it okay? আরে তুমি ওই দিকে গিয়ে এগুলো করো না, যা করার, খাবার টাবার যা করার খাও না ওই দিকে গিয়ে। আরো পেছাও, ওখান থেকে একটা কিছু নিয়ে নাও, ওইখান থেকে নিয়ে নাও, একটা বই নিয়ে নাও, এটা নিয়ে নাও, সামনে এটাও নিয়ে নাও। আরে নাও না। Is it okay, everyone? Hello,
sir.
hello, hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So it's a very simple C. The main thing is this one, acceleration is dv by dt as no time is there. So by using the chain rule, we use it dv by ds by dt. If you see it properly, this ds cancel out. So it is again dv by dt. So we change it in terms of v. So ds by dt is v and dv by ds. So now totally converted into v and dv by ds form. Now force is mass into acceleration mv dv by ds. Work done is f ds, lower and upper limit 0 to v. You can put this limit later on also, no problem. If you are confused here, it's velocity or what. So f ds cos 0 f ds. Now put the value mv dv by ds cancel. So you have mv dv. Now you can also put the value. You can write it after that also. If you don't want कि यहाँ पे नहीं देना है, so you don't give it here also, no problem. तो इसके बाद यहाँ पे लिख सकते हो by putting proper limit. You can put it here also. So ये बार बार लिखना नहीं पड़ेगा. 0 to v. Now m is outside because of the constant v dv. So power is 1. We all know x to the power n. Integration of x to the power n dx is x n plus 1. So 1 plus 1 by 1 plus 1 2. So final minus initial v square minus this. So half m v square. Is it clear? Everybody you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, after that, the next very, very important derivation is a work energy theorem. Now, the next term is work energy theorem. Work energy theorem. By constant force, by variable force. So why I'm putting the same thing and I'm write the thing to show you that they are same thing, only you change the little bit values. They are exactly same thing. Now in work energy theorem, we have to prove that the total work done is equals to change in kinetic energy. So what do you mean by change in kinetic energy? Final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy. So that means your initial velocity is not 0 this time. The previous one initial velocity is 0, but now this time your initial velocity is not 0. Suppose the initial velocity is u. If we suppose the initial velocity is u, then you convert this the same thing, everything is as it is, you now change it work energy theorem. So if they ask you work energy theorem, you have to write initial velocity and final velocity u and v. If they say ki express kinetic energy, so then put u is 0 and the v final is v, so then you get the answer. So that is the only difference between these two theorems, and they are very, very important in terms of board exam as well as school exam. These theories are very, very important in terms of your school exam. And actually 2 plus 2, that is a fourth theory based on the same type. So now you change, it's a u and v. So as it's u and v, so what we can write, same thing, u square equals to v square equals to u square plus 2as. So now from that, what we can say, acceleration, that is v square minus u square by 2s. Is it okay? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So Aman, আরে এত ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ডে কথা হয় না. Okay, so so now see, a is v square minus u square by 2s. If you write in that manner, m into a, v square minus u square by 2s, everything is same fs. So again you put force into this, force is this much. So m v square minus u square by 2s into s. So what you have ss cancel, 2s, sorry, ss cancel, half mv square minus half mu square, that is kinetic energy final minus kinetic energy initial, that is change in kinetic energy. So you understand the difference? You understand the difference? Only the difference is that the last one you have 0. Now you have, instead of 0, you have u. Is it okay? So then you have to write this proof that work energy theorem for constant force. Is it clear? Work energy theorem for constant force. Now same work energy theorem for variable force, same. Now here, by putting the proper limit, this 0 become u, this 0 become u, this 0 become u. So what you have, b square u square. So what you have, half m b square minus half m u square, kinetic energy final minus kinetic energy initial, that is change in kinetic energy. And then you write this proof that the work energy theorem for variable force. I give you 1 minute. So next one is the potential energy. So potential energy is the internal energy or energy stored in a body. अब देखो तुम जब बुक में देखोगे तो डिफरेंट राइटर यूज डिफरेंट वे। ये पैटर्न समझना बहुत जरूरी है, स्पेशली फॉर पोटेंशियल एनर्जी, बिकॉज यू सी समटाइम दे यूज नेगेटिव टर्म एंड समटाइम दे डोंट यूज नेगेटिव टर्म। ध्यान से समझो, potential energy is the internal energy which always opposing the external work done. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ, अगर हम एक्सटर्नली वर्क डन कर रहे हैं, पोटेंशियल एनर्जी उसको अपोज करेगा। लेकिन अगर वही वर्क डन उसका खुद का हो रहा है, सो दैट वर्क डन इज द पोटेंशियल एनर्जी। आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? नहीं समझ में आया? देखो मैं एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल देके समझाता हूँ। In general, what we can say, potential energy is negative of work done. So that negative of work done is the work done by external agency. मतलब एक होता है work done by the system, एक होता है work done on the system. So if your work done is on the system, तुम system पे work done कर रहे हो, that is the external work done which always opposed by the potential energy. So वो potential energy जो है वर्क डन का ऑपोजिशन है, तो माइनस वर्क डन। लेकिन एट द सेम टाइम अगर सिस्टम वर्क डन कर रहा है, दैट वर्क डन इज द पोटेंशियल एनर्जी ऑफ द सिस्टम। आई कैन गिव यू अ डेमो। यस, अमन अंसारी, अमन अंसारी,
हाँ सर।
ভিডিওটা অন কর, কান ধরে বেঞ্চের উপর দাঁড়া।
কেন স্যার?
that is the potential energy. Like আমি যেটা করলাম সেটা এক্সটার্নাল ওয়ার্ক ডান, আর তোর ভেতরে পোটেনশিয়াল এনার্জি আছে সেই জন্য তুই অপোজ করলি। সো দ্যাট ইজ ইউর ইন্টারনাল এনার্জি উইচ অলওয়েজ অপোজ মাই এক্সটার্নাল ওয়ার্ক ডান। বুঝতে পারলি?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
কিন্তু তুই যদি নিজের থেকে তোর ইচ্ছা হলো, আজ তোর মন চেয়েছে তুই বিছানার উপরে কান ধরে দাঁড়িয়ে নাচবি, সো দ্যাটস সো তাহলে তুই তুই নিজে থেকেই হঠাৎ করে মন হলো যে কান ধরে বিছানার উপর দাঁড়িয়ে নাচবি, তো তুই নিজে থেকে উঠে দাঁড়ানো নাচা শুরু করলি। সো তুই যে ওয়ার্ক ডানটা নিজের থেকে করলি, দ্যাট ইজ ইউর ইন্টারনাল পোটেনশিয়াল এনার্জি। এবার আমি যেটা তোকে করাচ্ছি সেটা আমি এক্সটার্নালি করাচ্ছি, তাহলে তুই সেটাকে অপোজ করবি। ইজ ইট ওকে? So potential energy is the internal energy which always oppose the external work done. So I give you one more example. মনে কর you have one mass m1, another mass m2, and we know gravitational forces attractive nature. So if we move the particle dr from this to infinity, so দেখ ভালো করে দেখ, see it properly, the force is attractive nature and we move it in the opposite direction. So now in that case, when we move it from a point to infinity, that potential energy which is represented by the symbol u is negative of work done. Are you getting my point? And that
Yes, sir.
attractive nature, and when you move it from here to infinity, you are move it by force, মানে externally নিয়ে যাচ্ছিস, বাইরে থেকে নিয়ে যাচ্ছিস। So this work done तुम ले जा रहे हो from r to infinity, the potential energy opposite। अब तुम लोग क्लास 10 से जो पढ़ते आ रहे हो या कभी कभी इवन इन 11 इन 12 तुम लोग देखोगे इसको एराइज मतलब अपोज करने के लिए या इस डिफिकल्टीज को हटाने के लिए, बिकॉज फ्रॉम 10 यू नो इलेक्ट्रिक पोटेंशियल एनर्जी, इफ अ चार्ज particle you bring it from infinity to a point, the work done is per unit charge particle is called the potential energy। याद है? तो हमने वहां पे क्या किया, हमने चार्ज पार्टिकल को इंफिनिटी से बुलाया। तो सिमिलरली सपोज एक मास m1 है and this is mass m2, if you bring it from infinity to a particular point suppose r, अब देखो फोर्स भी अट्रैक्टिव है और तुम ले भी उसको सेम डायरेक्शन में ले जा रहे हो, है ना? हाँ, तो इसमें तुमको इसको ले आने का जरूरत नहीं है, वो खुद ब खुद आएगा। तो क्योंकि वो खुद ब खुद आएगा, वो खुद ब खुद आ रहा है, so this work done by the gravity, so this work done is the potential energy of the gravity। और यहाँ पे हम लोग अगर इसको उल्टा ले जाएगा, so work done minus of the gravity। Are you getting my point? So यहाँ पे कभी कोई राइटर ये वाला यूज करता है, कोई राइटर ये वाला यूज करता है। So don't confuse, यहाँ पे खाली देखना कि वो खुद वर्क डन कर रहा है कि उस पे एक्सटर्नली कराया जा रहा है। अगर एक्सटर्नली कराया जा रहा है तो देखना पोटेंशियल एनर्जी में वो माइनस ले रहा है, और अगर वो खुद से हो रहा है तो वो उसमें पॉजिटिव ले रहा है। सो डोंट कंफ्यूज इट। अच्छा, फॉर्मूला के फॉर्मेट में क्या होता है कि पोटेंशियल एनर्जी इज द नेगेटिव ऑफ एक्सटर्नल वर्क डन और पॉजिटिव ऑफ इंटरनल वर्क डन। तो जनरली एक्सटर्नल वर्क डन के ऊपर ही देता है, so we use the minus sign also। क्योंकि দরজা থাকছে নাকি গো, বাইরে দরজাটা বন্ধ আছে তো? ওকে, আরে কি জোরে জোরে ধাক্কাচ্ছে। ওকে, so now potential energy is basically two type। Potential energy is basically two type, especially in this chapter, means in work power energy again we limit our what you say, our field up to mechanics। If we move beyond mechanics, then you have potential energy, electrostatic potential energy, electromagnetic potential energy, atomic potential energy, nuclear potential energy, but here we limit up to mechanics, mean mechanical property। So in terms of mechanical property, potential energy is mainly two type। One is called the gravitational potential energy, second one is called elastic potential energy। So today we specially discuss the gravitational potential energy, and in next class we discuss that elastic potential energy, and we also show you the relation between potential energy and force and work done, totally based on entrance। okay, ये वाला पार्ट तुम लोगों को स्कूल में या बोर्ड एग्जाम में नहीं देगा कि रिलेशन बिटवीन फोर्स, पोटेंशियल एनर्जी एंड पोजीशन। सो वी नो वर्क डन इज F dot ds or dr, and potential energy as the negative of work done, so minus F dot dr। From this two relation is there, this is the one relation। These are very important, very important for entrance, especially IIT type question, very important। And the second one is force, that is minus from this relation du by dr, but as the force is a vector quantity we put a vector sign, and that also we discuss in the, as I promised to the previous batch also, in the next class we discuss all this, we see some numerical related to that, and then you realize although you don't get this type of numerical in your any book belongs to your class 11, okay, लेकिन हम लोग इसको डिस्कस करेंगे, इसके ऊपर कुछ क्वेश्चन करेंगे इन द नेक्स्ट क्लास, क्योंकि मैंने उन लोगों को भी बोला था कि इन द नेक्स्ट क्लास हम लोग ये सब डिस्कस करेंगे। आज हम लोग इसका जो ग्रेविटेशनल पार्ट है, पोटेंशियल पार्ट है, वो डिस्कस करेंगे, और उसके साथ साथ उसका एक प्रूफ है वो भी हम लोग आज डिस्कस करेंगे। ठीक है, तो ये वाला पार्ट मैं नेक्स्ट क्लास के लिए रख दिया, और नेक्स्ट क्योंकि इसमें काफी टाइम लगेगा, ऑलमोस्ट 45 मिनट लग जाएगा, और साथ में हम लोग इलास्टिक पोटेंशियल एनर्जी को नेक्स्ट क्लास में करेंगे, या 30 मिनट भी लगा तो उसके साथ हम लोग स्प्रिंग का मैंने भी ये भी प्रॉमिस किया है कि पूरा स्प्रिंग डिटेल में बताएगा, स्प्रिंग में किस तरह का फोर्स लगता है, क्या लगता है, नहीं लगता है। आज जो है अभी हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे स्पेशली अबाउट द ग्रेविटेशनल पोटेंशियल एनर्जी। अच्छा, before we start to discuss that gravitational potential energy, one more very important thing is that two type of forces there. One is called the conservative force, one is called non-conservative force. So when you understand which type of force is conservative force and which type of force is non-conservative force, for that if work done does not depends on path, I repeat, if the work done does not depend on path, okay, if the work done does not depend on path means it depends on the initial point and final point, or initial position and final point position, this type of force is called the conservative force. Like if you see the previous that vertical pendulum, it depend conservation of energy, it's depend on the initial position and final position, whatever be the track, it does not depend on that. So in that time the force you apply, that is the conservative force, because the work done only depend on the initial and final position. Where is your initial position, where is your final position, in which manner you go or you move, it doesn't matter. Now in some case, like one example is gravitation is the example of conservative force. Why? Because for gravitation, work done does not depends on the track, means the path. The second example of non-conservative force is friction. So how you define non-conservative force? If the work done depends on the track, means depends on the path, then the force is non-conservative force. Example number one, friction. Number two, if you move on to the thermodynamics, in chemistry, then you can see in physics also, in thermodynamics also, work done depend on the path, and as the work done depends on the path, so that the work done in thermodynamics, that is a non-conservative force, okay, because as the track, it depends on the track, which type of path it is, on the basis of that your work done is depends. So friction is one example, thermodynamics is another example where work done depends on path, so it is a non-conservative force. And when the work done does not depend on the path, it only depend on the initial and final position, the force is conservative force. That is the basic difference between conservative and non-conservative force. Now the gravitational potential energy, although for gravitational potential energy, two type of definition is there. One definition belongs to that work power energy, although it is a special case. Why it is a special case? Because here means in work power energy, we limit up to a certain distance, means with respect to the earth surface, it may be 10 meter, it may be 100 meter, it may be 1 kilometer, it may be 2 kilometer, that is more than enough. तुम जो भी क्वेश्चन देखोगे उससे ज्यादा नहीं देखोगे related to mechanics, means work power energy related to that, कोई भी क्वेश्चन में 2-3 किलोमीटर से ज्यादा नहीं मिल सकता है, मैक्स टू मैक्स 1-2 किलोमीटर देगा, मैक्स टू मैक्स, where the radius of earth is 6400 kilometer, where I repeat, the radius of earth is 6400 kilometer, which it's a huge distance. So as it's a huge distance, so when we move on to the gravitation, chapter, then again we see the gravitational potential energy. We actually derive the gravitational potential energy, and then we put a case that if it is very near to earth, then we use mgh, which we generally use potential energy is mgh, kinetic energy is half mv square. So that potential energy is mgh is a special case That case is when the object is very near to Earth. But if we move beyond that, again we use the normal generalized formula which we learn in that chapter, means in the chapter gravitation. Okay, so here we just discuss ki gravitational potential energy means in terms of mgh. We don't go more than that, but we discuss it in detail in the chapter gravitation. So see what happened. Suppose you have a it's a surface in which you have a block, mass is m, so mg acting downward, and by applying force you move it up to a height this. So let h is the distance traveled by this. So see, mg is acting downward and you are moving it from this point to this point. So you are moved against gravity or on the gravity, means in the direction of the gravity. Against gravity. So work done, if we write work done, that means your mg and h, they makes an angle 180 degree. So this work done is mgh cos 180, that is minus mgh. Is it okay?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
So gravitational potential energy is the negative of work done or external work done, because that work done, definitely the external work done, because see, mg is acting downward and you are moving it upward, so it's obviously opposing this. So gravitational potential energy is the negative of that external work done, so which we write minus mgh, so mgh. Now you see, so if you move upward, so your height is positive, so your gravitational potential energy increase. If you move downward, so your gravitational potential energy h is negative or moving down, so it's negative. So what we can say, gravitational potential energy can be positive, can be negative, can be zero. How it is zero? Suppose mg is acting downward and you are moving it 90 degree to that, so that can also be possible. So that means gravitational potential energy can be positive, can be negative, can be zero. Okay, is it okay? Positive, negative, or zero? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
But I just want to give you that information. But the elastic potential energy, like a spring or a string, that elastic potential energy, it's never negative, it's always positive. So that is the very basic difference which frequently anyone can ask you, the basic difference between the gravitational potential energy and elastic potential energy. Elastic potential energy never negative, but gravitational potential energy can be negative, can be positive, and can be zero. Now there is a so now you know the total you know the kinetic energy, you know the potential energy. Now you know the kinetic energy, you know the gravitational potential energy. So we can now derive a question which is very important in terms of derivation. I repeat, which is very important in terms of derivation, that is called the conservation of mechanical energy in a freely falling body. Conservation of mechanical energy in a freely falling body. If you want, you can write it. That is also a very important derivation. That is also a very important derivation in terms of your board exam. In terms of your board exam. So write down conservation of mechanical energy in a freely falling body. So I think especially ICSC students, they know this derivation because they have this derivation in class 10 also. Suppose m is the mass, this point is A, that height is h, and here this is the position B. Let the distance is x from the top, so from this the distance is h minus x, and let this point is C, which is at ground. So we have to show it that कि total mechanical energy at A, total mechanical energy at B, and total mechanical energy at C is same, means conserved. So total mechanical energy, which is itself mechanical energy, is potential energy plus kinetic energy. Total mechanical energy means the total sum of potential energy plus kinetic energy. So, acha, free fall means your initial velocity is 0. So at A, as U is 0, so kinetic energy is half mv square, which is 0, and potential energy is mgh. So total energy, that is potential energy plus kinetic energy, so mgh plus 0 is equal to mgh. Is it okay, everyone? Up to this, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Hello,
Yes, sir.
everyone, it's okay?
Yes, sir.
Ananya, Bushe Bachesh,
Yes, sir.
Sagnik, Ujjisha. Now at B, see at B, how much distance traveled by the particle from this point to this point under gravity x distance. So we can say v square equals to u square plus 2as. Velocity at B equals to initial velocity 0 plus 2 g is the gravity, and how much distance travel x. So vb is root under 2gx. Can we write this?
Yes, sir.
So kinetic energy is half m vb square, which is half m root under 2gx whole square, which is mgx, and potential energy mg, that distance is h minus x. So total energy, that is potential energy plus kinetic energy, that is mg h minus x plus mgx, that is mgh. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is at B. Okay, total energy. Now at C. What happened when you move from here to here? Now from here, v square equals to u square plus 2as. You can use from here to here also. You can use here to here. It doesn't matter. So v square equals to 0 plus 2g into, if you use from here to here, it is h. V is root under 2gh. You can write velocity at C. So kinetic energy is half m vc square half m root under 2gh whole square, that is mgh, and potential energy is 0. So total energy is potential energy plus kinetic energy, that is 0 plus mgh equals to mgh. Is it okay, everyone? So you understand? This is the first one, this is the second one, and this is the third one. Okay? Okay, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. After that देखो, इसके साथ एक और बात बोलना पड़ेगा तुम्हें. That is, you have to draw this graph. Okay, the graph is that this is the total energy, which is remain constant. This is the height h, and that one is the height is 0. So when the height is 0, means at the ground, your kinetic energy is maximum. Your kinetic energy is maximum. So this is the kinetic energy, straight line. This one is the kinetic energy. And when the height is maximum, kinetic energy is 0. Now the reverse it. When the height is 0, potential energy is 0. When the height is maximum, potential energy is maximum. So this one is your potential energy, and this one is the total energy, and this is the energy. And this is the distance r. Here, everyone? or you can write height. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So आज मतलब जो मैंने लास्ट क्लास में पढ़ाया था, ऑन दैट बेसिस मैंने इतना ही तक पढ़ाया था। तो कल भी सेम चीज पढ़ाएंगे। फिर मेरा जो थर्सडे को क्लास होगा, आई थिंक फ्राइडे सैटरडे तुम लोगों का छुट्टी रहेगा, और शायद मंडे को भी रहेगा ड्यू टू दिवाली। मुझे हम लोगों को थोड़ा घर जाना पड़ेगा, घर वाले बुला रहे हैं, दुर्गा पूजा में भी नहीं गए, और मेरे घर में ये रिकॉर्डिंग हो रहा है।